morning. Welcome to Tuesday morning gentle yoga. My name is Stephanie, and welcome to my home. And thank you for welcoming me into yours. Today we're going to focus on heart openers. So really opening the front side of our bodies, sort of undoing everything that we do during the day. Normally we're closing that off. So hopefully that will relieve any shoulder pain or tightness that you might be having. So go ahead and grab your mat if you haven't already and join me. Option always to have a block if you would like. It's not necessary. If you don't have a block, maybe a sturdy book or a shoebox is another great option for that. So, and when you're ready, join me in a comfortable seated position. And we'll begin by coming into our breath and finding some stillness. So if you'd like to close your eyes, I welcome you to do that, if that feels okay. And together we'll take a big deep breath in. Open your mouth and empty out. Do that again, big breath in, fill up. Open your mouth, empty out. One more time, big breath in. Open your mouth, empty out. Now just allow a natural rhythm of breath to come over your body. And again, sit up tall. Let your shoulders melt down your back, away from your ears. If you can, maybe even begin to open your heart, allowing your chest to move forward. Sitting up again tall. And just breathing here. Let's start to take our right ear towards our right shoulder. And take a breath in here. As you exhale, take your chin towards your chest and then go over to left ear to left shoulder. Inhale. And then as you exhale, again, chin down to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale down to center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. And just keep moving with your rhythm of breath here. Loosening up the neck and the shoulders. Just noticing any sticky spots maybe you might have from your sleep or any activities you might have been doing recently. Let's do this 3 more times. One more. Right and left. And then we'll meet with our chin down at the center. And then go ahead and raise your head back up, settling into seated. On an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, stretch out. Right hand goes to left wrist and lean over to the right. Stretch out the left side body. Maybe even look up underneath of your arm towards the sky or the ceiling. Just breathe here. And then to release, take a big breath in, stretch out, come back up to center. And then as you exhale, take your other wrist and lean towards the left. So left hand to right wrist, but leaning over to the left. And again, your gaze could go up underneath of your right arm. Keep your hips rooted, so you don't need to lean too far. Take one more breath here. Empty out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Awesome. We're going to do a little flow here in seated. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, take your right hand way out to the right. And again, left arm up and over. Looking up underneath. And then on an inhale, come back up center. Exhale, left hand way over to the left, rooted down, right arm up and over. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand over, left hand reaches. Inhale up to center, left hand down, right hand up and over. Awesome. Inhale, back up center. Exhale, your hands to your heart. And bring your hands back down to your knees. We're going to warm up our hips a little bit. Just taking some circles, I'm going counterclockwise at first. It doesn't really matter what direction you go. You're just beginning to warm up the hips a little bit here. Your circles can be big or small. They can be both. Just continue to breathe along with your movement. Again, just noticing any sticky spots in the body. Maybe pausing if you find some you need to work out a little bit more. Let's go the other direction. So just opposite of whichever direction you were going. Nice. Good job. And come to stillness. And sit up tall again. Let's move through some cat and cow and seated. So as you inhale, your chest is going to come up, almost arching the back, maybe even you gaze up. So really shine your heart forward, and then as you exhale, round the back, cat pose. Let the chin drop to the chest, straighten the arms. Inhale, bend the arms, shine the heart forward, maybe gaze up. And then exhale, cat round, belly in, head drops. Inhale, come up. Exhale, round, drop the head. Inhale, come up. Exhale. One more time, just like that. Inhale, come up. Exhale, round. Then as you inhale, come back to a neutral seated position. So from here, we're going to move into seated tree pose. So keep your right leg bent, left leg will stretch out long. And then try to square up your body, your torso with your leg. Keep both hips rooted down as best you can. So this is seated tree, so the sole of your right foot is on the left leg. Left leg is straight out in front of you. On an inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over. Doesn't matter if you can touch your toes or not, and bend your knee as much as you feel you need to. Your hamstrings might be a little tight, that's okay. And in your seated tree, as you're folding over, continue to work on shining your heart forward. So maybe not dropping your head down at first. Keep your chin towards your toes. Keep your heart shining forward. And then we'll take another deep breath in. Maybe come up like to a little halfway lift. And then exhale. Now fold, dropping your head, chin towards your chest, bowing down over your leg. And then you can stay here to add on a little deeper side stretch. You could drop your left arm inside of your leg. Right arm reaches up by your ear towards your toes. So a big side stretch here in the right side of the body. And again, gaze could even go up underneath the arm like we did for our other side body stretches. Just breathe here. And again, try to keep the heart shining out or up. We're going to do a little movement here. So on your next breath in, reach your arm up to the sky and then plant it behind your right hip. Press up onto your right shin. Left arm reaches up to the sky. It's a flying gate. And your gaze could even go towards your hand. It's a big heart opener, one of my favorites. And just breathe here, a couple breaths. If your wrist is bothering you, you can always drop to your forearm to modify. And take another deep breath in here. As you exhale, calm down. Beautiful. And then we'll make our way to the other side for seated tree. So sole of the left foot on the right leg stretches out long. And again, square your torso and hips as best you can towards your straight leg. And then take a big deep breath in, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, fold. Again, at first, shining your heart forward, keeping your chin towards your toes. Another prop that can always be used here in seated forward folds is a strap behind or a towel behind the foot if you have difficulty reaching your foot or your toes. Now take a deep breath in, take a little halfway lift. Exhale, fold, now bow over, taking chin to chest, nose towards your knee or shin. And just breathe here. An option to stay here or take it to the next step, dropping your right arm inside your right leg. Left arm reaches up by your ear towards your toes. Gaze up underneath your arm if you wish. That feels okay. And again, keep that chest wall moving towards the front or your ceiling, the sky. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Take a deep breath in, and as you do, reach your arm up to the sky, and then exhale, plant your hand behind your left hip. Inhale, come up onto the shin. Right arm reaches up to the sky, flying gate. A couple nice big deep breaths in here. Shining the heart forward towards the sky. Maybe even you drop your head back. Again, if your wrist is bothering you, come to your forearm, modify. Take another deep breath in here. Empty out, come on down. Awesome. All right, let's come to hands and knees. We're gonna warm up the wrists. So we're coming to a tabletop position. So try your best to stack your shoulders over your wrists and hips over your knees. I prefer to stay on the tops of my feet, but you can also tuck your toes. Depends on what you like. But if you are on the tops of your feet, really press them into the mat. And then we're going to take a couple cat and cow movements like we did in seated, but now we're in tabletop. So as you inhale, shine your heart forward, head and tailbone go to the sky. And then exhale, round the back, head and tailbone drop. Pull that belly in. Again, keep those feet rooted to your mat. Inhale, drop in. Exhale, round. Belly to spine. Inhale, shine that heart forward. Exhale, bring it in. And just keep doing these at your pace, your breath. Really warming up the spine here. And again, matching breath and movement, which is all yoga really is. Take one more round. And And then we'll meet in a neutral spine tabletop. And let's warm up the wrists. Let's take some circles over top of the wrists. And I like to point my fingertips either to the outside edges of my mat and even sometimes towards my knees. That may not be comfortable for everyone, but just try it out. And again, we're just doing circles over the wrists. And then go the other direction. Just keep breathing along with the movements you're taking. Take one more breath cycle. And then we'll come back into your tabletop position with your fingertips facing forward. We're going to warm up our core a little bit here, but supported in this tabletop position. So this is going to challenge our balance a little bit. Okay, if you fall out, come back in. Okay, you got this. Let's take our right hand out in front of us, thumb to the sky, left leg back. So you may need to bring your tippy toes to the floor to modify, and that's okay. Or maybe you feel like you can lift your leg up. If you do have your leg lifted, point your toes towards the floor, flexing your foot. We'll do a little flow here. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bring your elbow into your knee. Inhale, get long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, stretch out. Now, you can either return to tabletop, or if you want, you can reach your right hand back to your left foot. Maybe you need a strap, but if you got this, shine your heart forward, pressing your shin or ankle into your hand. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale, release, stretch out long. Your knee and hand come back to tabletop. Reset. You're doing great. All right, might be getting warm now, and that's awesome. Left hand out in front, thumb to the sky, right leg back. Really engage the core here. Take a deep breath in. Empty out, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bring it in. Last time, inhale. And now you can return to tabletop or reach that left hand back to your right ankle or shin or foot. And really press that foot or ankle into the hand as it helps you to open up your heart. Stretching the front side of the chest, shoulders. Keep breathing. One more breath in. Empty, release, stretch out. Return your hand and knee to the floor. We're going to stay in this tabletop for a little bit longer. We're going to do a three-legged dog. So inhale, take that right leg back behind you. And then bend your knee, opening it up towards the right. Really root your left foot into the mat. Let's take some circles with our knee in the air. Going both directions. Keep breathing. And then on an inhale, straighten your leg out long behind you. Exhale, return your knee to the floor. Reset. Other side now. Inhale, left leg back. And bend your knee, open your hip. Loosening up your hip joints. We hold most of our stress there. So it's really important that we get things moving, especially if we're sitting for long periods of time during our day. And take one more breath in. Inhale, stretch your leg out long. Exhale, your knee to the floor. So now that we have our hips and our wrists warmed up, let's take our first downward facing dog of the practice. Now, if you need to modify and stay in tabletop or take puppy pose, which is a modification for down dog, which is staying on your knees, do so. But if you're ready, tuck your toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. And keep the fluidity in your knees, so keep a nice bend in your knees. Really press your chest wall towards your thighs. Hips point even higher to the sky. Drop your head. Let your head be heavy. I'll invite you here to let anything extra that is not going to help you with your practice roll off your back here and onto your mat. Not worrying about what happened before we began class, and also letting go of what's to come after. Just be here now. Take a deep breath in. Come up on your toes. Press your heels to the sky. Exhale. Press your heels down towards your mat. Do that again. Inhale. Come up on your tippy toes. Exhale. Press your heels down. One more time. Inhale. Up on your toes. Exhale. Press your heels down. Nice. Now let's walk our feet up to our hands, and we're going to hang in a forward fold at the front of our mat. Your feet are about hip-width distance. A great measure is to put your two fists together and measure in between your feet. Knees are nice and bent. Your torso hangs heavy over your legs. You can make a box with your arms grabbing opposite bicep or shoulder or elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Another bind variation, you can interlace hands at your low back. Pressing your knuckles towards the sky, letting your arms gently fall over the top of you. And keep breathing here. One more breath in. As you exhale, let your hands come to the floor. Whatever bind you had, let it go. And we're going to inhale to halfway lift. We're going to shine our heart forward. Hands can come to shins or thighs. And then as you exhale, release, let go, come to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull the belly in, engage your quads. Empty, fold, let go. Again, one more time. Inhale up, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And we're going to inhale and rise all the way up to stand. And reach your arms overhead when you arrive. Let's take some more side stretches. Take your left wrist again and lean over towards the right. Maybe again, look up underneath your left arm. And on a breath in, come back up center, reach up, stretch out. And then as you exhale, left hand to right wrist, lean to the left. Keep your feet rooted in to the mat. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach. Maybe start to do a back bend at the top of your lift, and then empty and fold forward. Inhale up halfway, shine your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half leg, and pull that belly in, engage your quads. Exhale, fold forward. Release. Inhale, rise up, reach. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach. Take a back bend at the top. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Now we're going to make our way to plank pose, and you can always modify dropping to your knees. In fact, for the gentle class, I would recommend just dropping to your knees. And then let's lower all the way down to our bellies on our mats. So we're laying on our stomachs. Everything is zipped up into the center. Let your forehead rest on the mat. And then tense your fingertips outside of your mat, outside of your shoulders. Almost, we're going to set up for a Cobra. And we're going to do it oscillating style. So as you inhale, press, start to straighten your arms, press up, but the head is the last thing to come up. Exhale, release down, head is the last thing to go down. So inhale, roll up. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, come down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, come up, Cobra. Exhale, lower down. Okay, that was awesome. Let's slide our hands in towards our low ribs. So we're hugging our bodies with our hands. Elbows are bent. We're getting ready to come up for up dog. So this time as we inhale, press up, straighten the arms. And so you can either keep your legs on the ground in Cobra, or you can flex the legs, squeezing everything in, raising them up off the mat, so just the hands and feet are rooted down. So this is up dog. And then gaze out in front of you, shoulders down your back. And then drop to your knees and press back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, hips to the sky. Press. Nice. Press those heels towards the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to here in down dog. 3 breaths here. And then let's start to combine these movements. So we're going to step our feet up to our hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway. Plant your hands. Step back. Come to your knees. And then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Press up for Cobra or upward facing dog. Take tabletop. Press back, downward facing dog. Nice. Breath in. Breath out. You're doing great. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Empty. Step your feet up to your hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to take chair pose. So bring your toes to touch, your heels are slightly apart. Take a seat. Reach your arms up to the sky. Again, shoulders down, away from your ears. So knees can be bent as much as you need them to be. So maybe you need to straighten the legs a little more. We're going to take cactus arms with our arms and do a little flow here. Inhale, open up. Exhale, ground. It's almost like a cat-cow, but in chair pose. Inhale, come up. Exhale, round everything in. Bring the elbows together. Inhale, open up. Shine the heart forward. Exhale, round in. Last time. Inhale, open up. Exhale and fold forward. Nice job. Let's take our peace fingers to our big toes. Hook them around from the inside is how I like to do it. You can do it however. And then inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold deep. Elbows out wide. Let the head heavy, be heavy. Again, knees bent as much as you need them to be. The biggest thing is here in your forward fold
Give yourself space for your torso in between your legs, so maybe you take your feet a little wider. But really let your head go. Let your neck and shoulders relax and come into the surrender of the forward fold. Take one more breath in here. Empty out. Release your toes and let's come into a goddess squat. So toes off the edges of the mat, 10 and 2 with the feet positioned. And then let your hips come down as far as they can. I bring my hands to my heart and take my elbows to my thighs. If your hips don't come down this far, you can modify coming up out of your hips a little bit and bringing your forearms to your thighs. So more like a wide squat. But if you can, let your hips settle down. Maybe you put a block underneath your bottom here too to help support you. But try to keep your shoulders down, your back, chest shining forward, no matter what variation you're taking. Let's do a flow here. Let's plant our right hand on the ground, reach your left arm up to the sky and twist. Take one more breath in. Breath out, come back through center, hands to prayer, and then left hand plants, right arm opens. And come back to center. Take your hands to the floor, take your hips to the sky, take a wide forward fold. Nice. You can even rock your torso back and forth, grazing your mat with your hands. Nice. Let's come back into forward fold with our feet hip width distance underneath of our hips. Inhale up halfway. And then as you exhale, take your hands to the mat. Go through what we call chaturanga. You could be in plank or drop to your knees. Lower all the way down. Come up for Cobra or up dog. Big breath in. Empty out. Press back. Downward facing dog. Nice. All right, let's come into warrior one now. So let's take our right foot forward. Left leg stays back. Just pivot it so the back heel pivots flat. Your toes are just out to the side slightly, and you can take a wide stance here, left to right, to leave space for your hips to square towards the front of the mat. You have a nice bend in your front knee. You could be as far as knee over ankle. You could straighten it a little bit. And when you're ready, reach your arms up to the sky. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. And breathe, really settle in here. You're doing great. Let's do a little flow here in warrior one. Inhale, reach up, shine your heart forward. As you exhale, sweep the arms down and back and bow over your front leg. Inhale, come up. Try to keep the bend in the front leg. Exhale, sweep the arms down and back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sweep the arms down and back one more time. And when we arrive, interlace your hands at your low back. Press your knuckles towards the back. Shine the heart forward and begin to bow, humble warrior. Keep your heart shining forward. One more breath in. Breath out. Release your left hand to the mat. Spin onto the ball of the back foot. Drop your left knee to the mat. And we're going to twist to the right. Simple twist. Nice. Gaze could go up towards your hand. So you could take a variation where you come onto the blade edge of your right foot, toes open towards 2 o'clock. Right hand will press into the center of your right thigh and twist your chest towards the right wall where the wall and ceiling meet. and gaze up to where your shoulders are twisting to. You can stay here or bend the back knee. Reach the right hand to the back ankle, foot, or shin. Taking the twist a little deeper. Nice big quad stretch here in the left leg. Release, gently release that back foot. And then come back to the right foot, toes face forward, foot is rooted. Begin to straighten your right leg, taking half split or runner's lunge. And you could keep your foot rooted, you could let your toes come up. Your bottom could be off your back heel, or you could even let your bottom settle down. I like to take my left hand to the outside edge of my right foot, feeling a deeper stretch in the outside of the right leg. So we're going to come back up out of this. We're going to bend our right knee, plant your right foot back down on the ground. So we're on our back knee. And then we're going to come into what's considered standing split. So reach that left leg up. You may need to modify and keep your toes on the ground, but if you can, lift your left leg up. We're folding over our right. Take another deep breath in. Breath out. Both feet to the floor. Fold forward. Nice work. Let's take gorilla pose here in our forward fold. Full palm of the hand underneath your foot. Bend your knees a lot. Let your torso settle down onto your thighs even. And again, full palm of the hand under the foot. Let your head go.